everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. The fact that you're willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. If you are a Doctor Who fan, you've come to the right place, because we're going to be talking about episode 2, The Devil's Chord, of the new season of Doctor Who. I've been loving this new series of Doctor Who. In fact, this whole new era, the moment David Tennant came back, it has just been banger after banger after banger. I have been loving this new resurgence of Doctor Who love that we've been getting over the last few years. So very exciting times. And of course, we just had a great episode with Space Babies. If you want to know my thoughts on that, you can go down to the description below. You can see my link to that video. But guys, let's talk about The Devil's Chord, which, did I enjoy it as much as the first episode? Probably not. But that's in no way saying that this is a bad episode. In fact, I would say that this episode is a direct sequel to The Giggle, which was my favorite of the 14th Doctor specials. And so I was excited when I saw how this episode was starting. I was excited to figure out more about the lore of Doctor Who in this regard, in regards to these omnipotent beings, these, for all intents and purposes, gods who are now on the warpath to face the Doctor. But I do feel like this episode just never capitalized on its premise, unfortunately. So guys, yes, just like the previous video, I'm going to try avoid spoilers altogether, but I would recommend that you actually watch the episode first before we talk about this episode. So please pause this, jump across, watch the episode, then come straight back. But yes, what I really appreciated about this episode, and it was probably my favorite part of this episode, was all of the references to Susan, you know, the Doctor's granddaughter, and of course, the very first episode of Doctor Who ever, launched in 1963, where we find out that William Hartnell was there at the exact same time in the same place. That was awesome. Like, I'm a massive fan of classic Who. I mentioned in the previous video that these DVDs here are all classic Doctor Who. So that was really exciting to me. I love callbacks to classic Who. And you know, William Hartnell's the one who started it all. So I'm really excited and happy that we got those little bits of throwbacks. But in regards to the 60s in general, this show is just so full of little Easter eggs. If you enjoyed the fashion, if you enjoyed the music, if you enjoyed anything about the 60s actually, this is just such a fun episode to watch and enjoy. Now, I'm not going to pretend by any means that I'm some sort of musical genius, that I know everything that goes on in the music world, because I really don't. I played recorder until grade 3, and I tried to learn guitar in matric, and that's it. That is my experience with music. Oh, I was in the choir for like 2 years. But I suck at singing now. So I'm not going to pretend that I understood all of the references, all of the melodies that were played within this episode. But I really appreciated and really enjoyed the showdown between the Maestro and the Doctor, in regards to the fact that there was definitely a The Devil Went Down to Georgia vibe. There is a sequence where the two characters basically have a music playoff. And it definitely had Devil Went Down to Georgia vibes. I mean, we literally have the Maestro there, the villain of this episode, playing on either a violin or a fiddle. Again, I'm not a genius in that regard, but the story of The Devil Went Down to Georgia is that they have a fiddle off. So that was cool, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. But again, unfortunately, I just don't know all of the little intricate details or the things that were hidden in regards to the music references, because this is a very music-heavy episode. But I do really appreciate the story of joy and hope that is woven throughout this narrative. I mean, music, for all intents and purposes, is everyone's escape. I remember reading somewhere where it talks about, you know, art is how we decorate space, but music is how we decorate time. And I think in many ways that's, firstly, that is 100% true, but also music is how we all escape. When life gets very difficult, when life gets tough, when we face things that we feel we can't face, what do? We kind of run to our bedrooms, play music really loud, and we just try to escape. And so without music, like, there's a massive part of the human experience that just doesn't exist. So I really enjoyed how this episode really elevated music and elevated the passion and the love for music, and really just reminded us, hey, there's a reason to be hopeful and there's a reason to pursue creative fields. And I'm just going to say, I've always loved the musical scores in Doctor Who. I mean, I think season 5 with Matt Smith had the greatest musical numbers. I mean, every time I think of like peak Doctor Who, I think of that sequence with Matt Smith at Stonehenge, and he's busy giving this great speech, but the music playing in the background is powerful. Doctor Who has always had great music. I mean, the theme song is probably one of the most iconic science fiction theme songs of all time. But unless I'm completely mistaken, I feel like this is the first proper musical number we get in Doctor Who. There's an entire musical sequence that pretty much ends off the episode, which I enjoyed. And something that I really appreciate about this current, era of Doctor Who is anything goes. This really is a season where Doctor Who is really just exploring any possible facets, and it's a lot of fun to watch and enjoy. If you are someone who enjoys not knowing what to expect next, this is the best era of Doctor Who in my honest opinion. So yes guys, I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding Doctor Who at the moment. A lot of people are feeling jaded about the franchise. A lot of people are very, very excited about what the future holds. I'd love to know your thoughts. If you guys enjoyed this episode, if you're looking forward to the next episode, then please go down into the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on these episodes. Let me know your thoughts on Doctor Who in general. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you haven't watched my thoughts on feelings on Space Babies, jump across that video. Let me know your thoughts. But you guys are the best. Thank you so much. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I hope to see you guys again in another video.